Is life getting in the way of your quilting? I know we've all had days and weeks and even months sometimes of just not getting to what we want to get to. So let's talk about that today. Hi, I'm Roberta from Quilt Crafters Corner, and I know I've had these times, and I'm sure you have too, where it just seems like days, weeks, even months, where it's been like you just haven't been motivated to sit down and do the thing you love to do the most, which is quilting. And I understand this. I've gone through this too. I've gotten where things got so hectic in your life that you kind of forgotten about what really brings you joy and what gives you that creative passion in your life. So let's talk a little bit today about what you can do to do something every day just to keep moving forward with your quilting adventure. So, the first thing that I know is really important for me is one of the most valuable lessons I got when I was really stuck. Everything seemed to be getting in the way of getting that next project done or even starting that next project. So, I like to think about the things that helped me get through it. Now, I am really extremely lucky. I have a wonderful group of quilters that I have been quilting with for over 10 years. And it's a very small group, but we meet every Monday night and we quilt. And all of the quilts go to charity. Those are all for charity projects. So, but the most valuable thing about this group is the feedback that I get from them when I'm working on a project or when I'm stuck on a project or when I'm not sure about a color choice. It's amazing when you set something out, lay something out, and everybody starts looking at it and starts talking and giving you their ideas and their opinions, how much clarity you get with talking about those things that you think you're stuck on, and they give you some different ideas to look at it a different way. So it's really valuable if you have other people around that you can talk to about where you're stuck. The other thing is they give you that inspiration and that guidance that sometimes we can't walk ourselves through. Somebody else has to. So when they start talking about what they see or what they think, it's almost like they're giving you their inspiration, what inspires them about the project. So think about those things. I mean, having another group of people to talk to about quilting is really helpful. That's why there's quilt guild. One of the other advantages is talking fabrics, different, not so much color choices, but a different fabric, whether it's a small print, a large print, or just different types of fabrics to think about in those situations. This gives you a broader aspect of what to look at, what to think about. So, having a group of people that you can talk to and bounce ideas off of is really invaluable. One of my other favorite things to do is quilt shows. Every year I have gone to the Houston International Quilt Show. I started going in 2016, and of course last year 2020 didn't happen, and this year I didn't go. And I'm kind of missing it right now cuz it's going on right now. I find it incredibly valuable to go and walk through that show and be inspired by what other quilters are creating and get ideas. But not only that, when you're at the show, you can get pretty up close and personal. You're not allowed to touch, there's no touching. You can look, but you can get close and see the quilting up close. You can see that applique up close. you can see what they've created up close, and it loses something in the pictures. You don't it In pictures it doesn't always come across, but when you come up to some of those quilts that are hanging there are amazing, the amount of time and effort that was put into them. Sometimes months, sometimes years. I know I was talking to a lady one year, said the quilt was in her frame for 3 months. Could you imagine a quilt in the frame for 3 months? So there's little aspects of that inspire you, kind of help you think differently about your quilting. And it gives you ideas to not only work from, but expand on. You want to expand on those quilt ideas just to give yourself a little bit of creativity in your quilting. I find it fascinating that walking even through the quilts that are not the winners is incredibly inspiring also. It gives me lots of good ideas, and some of them are very traditional and some are very artistic, but it just helps you to think a little bit more creatively about your quilting and what inspires you and what you'd like to do. So don't think that it always has to be done a certain way. Look for different ways. Look for different aspects of a quilt in order to get ideas for your own quilts. Usually when I came back from the Houston Quilt Show, I had lots of ideas, lots of inspiration, and always anxious to start that next project. And I always develop something that I saw there. I would be really fascinated with maybe a new type of quilting or a new process or technique. So it always developed a little bit more in my quilting, and my quilting started to expand each year after the quilt show. Now, if you don't have the luxury of traveling to a quilt show or seeing some of these amazing quilts, a community of quilters, of people that you can talk to, bounce ideas off of, learn from, is, I think, a really important thing. And what I'm looking to build is build a community for quilters to come together and share ideas and learn from each other. But not only that, share the project you just finished and are really excited about, or discover a new project that you really want to do. Now, even if it's a sit and sew and chat while we're working on our projects, this is something that I'd really like everybody to have in order to expand their quilting. Learn about that next big idea that you've got, and maybe share something with somebody that they may not have even known or discovered. Now, doesn't that sound wonderful? So what I'm looking to do is build a community for you to get involved in and help share your ideas with other people. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, please leave me a comment and let me know. And if you like the video, please like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. So until next time, keep quilting.